This is LawLiet versus JohnnyCage in the round of 16. It's unbelievable how stacked this wonderful tournament is. The winner of this one will face Hawk in the process of the tournament right after. Hawk has a busy day today, as not only is he playing the tournament here, the final of the round of 12, but also the FFA tournament. And I got lots of spikes. How about you guys? Alright, let's see if this gets better or not. I think we got a new contribution here, $20 by Globetrotsky, 3,750 plus the 250 of Governor. That makes it 4,000, everybody. Just 1,000 away from the new Back to Warcraft overlay. Our players, Russia versus South Korea. One of the best humans in the world against one of the best night elves in the world. It is JohnnyCage versus LawLiet.
Alrighty, and Autumn Leaves. Very exciting, very cool, very cool. We'll see what LawLiet does. He's been one to change it up in the past. He's played Demon Hunter, he's played Keeper, he's played, of course, a lot of Warden. That's what he's known for. So he's a very diverse Night Elf player for JohnnyCage. I wouldn't expect anything less than a fast expansion throughout the series. And it will start us off with the Keeper of the Grooverson. Very, very standard thus far from LawLiet, but we'll see if he changes anything up into map 2 and 3, perhaps.
LawLiet, of course, also qualified for the DreamHack finals at the end of the year. At the end of November, actually will participate there as one of the players from Asia. The 16th spot actually went to him, so just barely squeezed in. JohnnyCage, unfortunately, isn't able to go despite qualifying because he's a policeman in Russia and they're only allowed to travel to 13 countries and Sweden is not on that list. But he's here at the W3Champions finals, found the time and is able to bring us some amazing games. We do have the updated version of Autumn Leaves and JohnnyCage starting off with the normal creep route here. Remo, do you want to take a break or do you want to cast this as well?
No, you go ahead.
All right. If Remo the Demo Man says so, we obey, Carson.
Should be a fun one. There's always a question for the human players on this map. This is something I've been talking about since the inception of Autumn Leaves. Do you go for the close to the tavern expansion that's easier to creep but much more exposed? Or do you go for the bottom right, which with the updated version that you just pointed out is actually a little bit easier to creep? The Cobalt expansion, not only safer, easier to creep. And I am... Oh, I thought it was frozen for a second, but the Archmage was just AFK. So I guess he's going to go for the more exposed expansion, but this can always leave you open to all-ins.
Remo, are you lagging as well? But otherwise I would use the clean feed, I think.
No. I mean, only a tiny bit, but it's mostly good.
Okay. This is stuttering quite a bit. So, Carson, let's use the clean feed that Remo Demo provides us with.
Beautiful. Yes, yes.
This might take a second. We'll, of course, not miss any of the action here. Maybe a second or two, but that's about
maybe
it.
A second. Maybe 30 seconds. It's all right.
All right.
Alrighty, I'm on.
You are? All right. I'm not yet. Why did I put this? Damn. All right. I just did this. All right. You can cast in the meantime.
Cool. Oh yeah, it's catching up anyway. I would have just been repeat casting. So we're back at the same spot now. Elias going for the upper left expansion. I wonder if he'll go for an early counter expansion. I tend to think going for a super early counter expo as a Night Elf against human, a little bit of a mistake because it leaves you open to a ton of footman pressure and it gives them 2 positions to attack. I prefer an earlier tech and then into the counter expansion, partway into the tier 2 tech, but it looks like Elias clearing it out for maybe a tier 1 counter expansion. Yeah, the Wisp is there, so he's gonna go for it. I mean, LawLiet knows much better than me, so maybe it will prove to not be a mistake, but this will give JohnnyCage the opportunity to pressure a lot in more than just one way.
All right. He's moving across as we have both players with an expansion coming up, as you said. Checks out. Hey, natural. Natural is empty. Damn. That's a little sidestepping LawLiet here. But he can still make a lot of pressure in the main base with the footmen he got, and that's what they love. Footmen love destroying moonworlds for some reason.
Yeah, and it's worth noting for JohnnyCage, as long as he can keep his expansion safe, the footman dying isn't the end of the world. You, of course, don't want to feed too much experience to the secondary heroes for LawLiet, but the Keeper, once it gets level 3 from creeping, feeding a level 4 Keeper, even feeding a level 5 Keeper, is not a big deal as long as your expansion is safe. So the footmen, they're going to be denied, and plenty of them are going to die, but it's not the biggest indicator of who's ahead if a ton of footmen go down. It's not the end of the world. Still
on the chase, close to level 3. Is one water elemental enough? Not sure, actually. Oh, there's 2 water elementals now. Wisps in position. LawLiet doing this really well. Not detonating against the hurt one. Not doing anything against the healthy one as well. Teching in the meantime. More and more focus fire on it. Needs to detonate now. Does so. That's level 3. And that should be a saved expo. Footmen are coming in. Johnny is committing a lot to this.
Yeah, I think he'll maybe just be able to get... Oh, that entangle was a very big deal. There's not another one, but he's focusing on the Archmage. Ooh, there's not enough mana for a water elemental. This is going to be really close, Neil, because there's no wisps nearby. Where are the wisps? They were all detonated.
He detonated them all. It's finishing real close. Entangle of the Archmage. Oh, wow. That was incredibly close. He's sacrificing everything and he just taps out. GG. That's game 1 already.
Wow, I'm wondering if that was... I mean, the damage was significant. He lost pretty much every single footman, and maybe he forgot a shop or something back at home. I didn't quite see, but maybe a little bit of an early GG from JohnnyCage.
I don't know if he had that expo up or not behind this push. If not, then very much understandable.
Yeah.
That he tapped out. With that expo up, will be easily repaired. I mean, he can uproot, can eat a tree. Then he's very, very close to healthy once again. Damn. Little bit of a bummer, actually. But yeah, high risk, no reward. And then he was out.
New creeper also by LawLiet. I've never seen that one before. Going green into corner expo. Most Nidals want to clear out the natural right away, get 1.9, then harass, get level 2, go for peasants. LawLiet much more defensive here this time. Love the detonates. That level 3 on the Keeper, of course, always as strong as we know it to be. That was super close, though. If he gets that cancel, it still wouldn't have been amazing for Johnny, but yeah, I think if he fails to get the cancel, it's a disaster because he was far behind experience. The Keeper was 3. He was going to dominate the middle of the map. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I guess that is an interesting creeper because I've only ever seen Night Elves in this matchup go for the expansion right away, and they do that 2 archer thing where they get the earlier Ancient War, get a second archer, and then they just run straight across the map, like you say, at 1.9 and start harassing the expo. Yeah, that's a really good point. I haven't seen people change it up on Autumn Leaves a ton. It's always that creep route. So that is cool from LawLiet, and it worked out really, really well.
All right, we move on to another map that is not in most tournament pools anymore, but here at the W3Champions finals, it definitely is, and that is Amazonia. And now, I'm not lagging anymore, so we have a better picture of all things. LawLiet 1-0 up against his opponent JohnnyCage, who might just be eliminated here. It's single elimination play-ins, everybody. The playoffs, the round of 8, that will be double elimination next weekend from Friday to Sunday. We're going to crown a new W3Champions champion. And we'll see if JohnnyCage is still part of that one. This is the server that benefits Johnny a little, but of course the map that benefits LawLiet. And this is a perfect Keeper level 3 map.
Very good for the keeper for level 3. It's always been one of the strongest Night Elf maps in the previous pool and in this pool as well. Also a map where we could see the Warden. It's done quite often in Europe by Sonic and in Asia by Moon some of the time, and it will actually be the Warden from LawLiet. I love this because it's not necessarily, we already saw the Terranus stand what I call the macro Warden, where you go for the Fan of Knives, you try to get level 3 relatively early, you go for a counter expansion, and you pressure a ton economically. Whereas the Warden on maps like Amazonia or smaller maps, generally you'll go for level 2 early, then you'll go for Blink and Shadow Strike, and you'll just pressure the Archmage the entire game. You'll get a Naga at tier 2, and you'll just chase it around, similar to how a Blade Master in the past used to chase around an Archmage for the entire early game. I like watching it. It's fun. A lot of pressure from LawLiet, probably.
I haven't seen this in a while. This might be an upside for LawLiet on this map. It's not played too much anymore. Nobody's really practicing on this anymore, but I guess he can play a Warden everywhere. He could play a Warden on Booty Bay, as far as I know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and that map only has a single green camp by your base, and you got to take a Zeppelin to get the natural. I know it well. I used to play that map with my brother every day. So know it better than most.
We got a new sub by T-Burgers. Do it yourself or die. Love the work you guys do every day. Excited to see what kind of created content rises out of the ashes of DreamHack. Stuff like this, for example. Thank you very much for the support. And we do have a Huntress Hall coming as JohnnyCage is going for the natural expansion. Risky business, Carson.
Yeah, the Detonate dealt with one water elemental, but greater heal. That is the best possible item for the Archmage. That is going to be excellent against potentially the Shadow Strike, but we could have some harass on the Peasants instead. They are looking quite exposed. But for now, LawLiet just going to back away. Doesn't want to use all of his health too early on. And yeah, we're going to have a second Ancient War. No, we're going to have Mercenaries grabbed up for now, but eventually we're going to get Huntresses.
Indeed, the old European transition. How dedicated is he to this push is the question. Hunter's all about to finish. Love to have this Shadow Priest. Really, really hard to kill him if well microed and not using too much Moon Juice because you have a little bit more healing. It's always good to have. Now LawLiet chooses the spell, and it's Fan of Knives.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's been holding on to that for a long, long time, but he's already quite bruised. He's going to need to do another fan and then quite a few auto attacks. He might be able to get 2 Peasants, and then he's going to have to Town Portal. Oh, the Archer and the Priest going to get a couple more. Another Fan of Knives gets a 3rd. And just like Colorful did against Fortitude, the Warden gets 3 Peasants, but this time LawLiet has to Town Portal away, unlike Colorful.
And LawLiet is so good with the Warden. Blink used Fan of Knives, used lots of kills and moves the other units in range, so they are safe as well. Archmage's trying to creep up, but as you said, more pressure.
Yeah, but no pressure on the Archmage at all. So the Archmage, once he gets level 3, is going to be quite good, but that was a nice last hit. Also steals away the Mantle. Okay, so that's some experience the Archmage won't have the luxury of getting, and the Warden is getting quite close to level 3 herself, but no lasted on that second Trapper. More Peasants gonna go down though, and Huntress quite good right now before the level 2 water elementals.
Okay, but that's not for too long, I feel. JohnnyCage is doing a great job in counter pressuring that Warden with some fireballs, water elementals as well. Expo up and running now. Would love to have a tower or some sort of wall up there to not invite the Huntress in, as LawLiet is not having the best tech of his life thanks to the Huntress decision.
Yeah. Oh, the Priest does get a water elemental. Was that level 3? Yes. I was going to say, if not, the Huntress could finish off the remainder of the green camp next to the Ancient of War, but the Warden needs to go back to the Moonwells. There's enough Moon Juice to get the Warden back up, but not to help out the Huntresses or that Archer that's quite bruised currently in the Arcane Tower. Most likely will be up in time by the time the Warden goes back in for more harass, and the tech is going to be, like you pointed out, pretty close to even, which is not something LawLiet's going to be happy about.
Shredder bought by by LawLiet, but immediately caught in a surround. Explode. Oh boy, that's rough. The lightning shield also rough, but that was so expensive.
Yeah, it does, I suppose, deny it from JohnnyCage, but if you can't kill a whole lot of peasants right now, then it's not going to have that big of impact because the lumber economy is not bad at all for JohnnyCage currently. Lightning Shield being used. Footman. The Arcane Tower is going to be up perfectly on time now. Maybe a couple of peasants will go down. But yeah, really well-timed Arcane Tower.
Feels like JohnnyCage has played a lot against Warden, but the next fan is gonna get some kills and a couple of right clicks. Man, that's a slaughter. And the Hansa are finding... Oh, the potion! Last second. Well done. Hansa starting to drop low. Mana on the Warden is dropping low. I think Johnny has weathered the storm.
Yep, and when the storm is weathered, then a counter expansion comes in, and that's exactly what LawLiet's doing, but immediately revealed by something from somewhere. I didn't see anything at the lab, but yeah, I don't know where the hell that reveal came from. But nevertheless, there was a reveal, and the expansion was scouted, and the Archmage has a water elemental to go for the cancel. Wisp should be pulled preemptively to go for the detonate, I think.
Second shredder by LawLiet. He's helping in the defense, of course. Can he kick it this time? Oh, so many wisps just flooding this Archmage. Is he going for a surround? LawLiet special? No, just wants to have it ready for a possible repair. Hunts again, doing lots of damage. Is he actually holding this? Whoa, okay.
Could have almost had a sapper purchase there. Oh, but it didn't spawn until daytime, right? So it would have had to be, he would have had to stick around for like 5 more seconds to actually get that first sapper.
JohnnyCage stemming against the defeat. So far, it's looking okay, but now with the Expo almost up, and with the Tier 2 transition done, LawLiet can go to work. Warden not level 4 yet, but good inventory with the 2 mantles. Blacksmith coming though, Tier 2 tech approaching almost done at 3/4. And there's a Zeppelin here now. He really wants this Tree of Life this time.
I think if he doesn't show the Zeppelin, and he's hovering right above the Warden right now, I think if he doesn't show the Zeppelin, he could probably kill the tree by just dropping on top of it, maybe even buying that sapper. Better late than never. But the Zeppelin is, you know, kind of just hovering over the Huntresses, hovering over the Ancient War now. There's, one Wisp in position. I think the tree is dead. The question is, how much will JohnnyCage have to commit to get it? There's the sapper.
Oh, it
denied.
didn't really hit. Yes, yes, yes. He just blew it up. He hit his own footman with it. That blew up in his face.
No, that was LawLiet that
that was LawLiet. Ah, I see.
That was sick. But the tree still goes down nevertheless, but a lot of footmen fell for it.
Okay, this is more like what we expected here. LawLiet's 3rd purchase already from the lab, spending a lot of resources, and down to 1 base once again without Tier 3.
His economy is kind of cooking, though, with the Shredder at least. He, just like you said, needs to get that Tier 3 going, and then maybe can eventually expand again. But what's most important is the Warden getting a ton of experience, maybe going to get some more footmen. Oh, the Archmage has to be careful. That was just another footman fed, and we're getting close to level 5. Oh, JohnnyCage has to be careful with that Archmage. Get a little fancy there.
Lots of hunts also. Kind of hurt and slowed. But do you really want to drop again with everything so hurt? If you want to show off, if you want to brag, maybe. But should you? I don't think so. It's very, very close to 5, as you said. Wind of Mana Stealing can always help as well. He's baiting a spell here, which is not working.
It's not helping my nerves right now, and level 5 is not going to help JohnnyCage's nerves, because after these Apprentice Wizards, this is going to be a level 5 Warden, and the counter expansion coming up. Mountain King runs straight across the map, kills a Huntress. Ooh, does he have the mana for a Water Elemental? He might be able to get the cancel again. I think he can.
No effing way. MK not attacking anymore, but frees up the space for maybe the Archmage? Doesn't even need it. Water Elemental does a fantastic job. This series all revolves around LawLiet expansions.
Yeah. And that was some really good min-maxing of the Zeppelin play there from JohnnyCage. He definitely could have lost everything for it, but he risked it. He got 2 Huntresses. He got another expansion cancel. And he delayed maybe the harass of the now level 5 Warden. But you can only delay it for so long, and here it comes. 2 Workshops, by the way, being power built currently, and that's the only tech. Okay, Arcane Sanctum as well. But there's only 1 Arcane Tower, and some peasants are definitely going to fall.
Fenner Knife, so powerful. So we're on the road to yet another level 6 Warden. Colorful attempted that already. LawLiet now also trusting a Panda. Carson, you as Mr. Theory Crafter. Why is no one going for Tinker anymore second?
Yeah, I don't know why that fell out of favor. I think that it was pretty strong, honestly. The Panda has gotten a lot more popular recently, of course got nerfed and then buffed, so I think people are only realizing now that it's actually all along been pretty strong. The Tinker was nice because of course it also has the added benefit of just lowering the damage, which I suppose also Haze does as well. But yeah, I don't know. Tinker was more aesthetically pleasing, at least, let's say.
Yeah, a lot more fun. I want my Tinker back. But man, JohnnyCage in DreamHack Fall, he tanked X-Lord out of the game. And here he's trying the same with LawLiet. Tanks, tier 3, and breakers. That's a decent choice, I guess, because Phantom Knives can't hit breakers.
Yeah, and, you know, I feel like every time I see these top-level Night Elf against humans on Amazonia, the few times I do see it every year, at least, it's always tanks. The last 2 times I think I saw human against Night Elf here at the top level, it was tanks, and I guess for good reason. You can just keep attacking the expansion of the Night Elf. You have plenty of gold at your own expansion as the human, and if you can knock down the Tree of Life time after time, I suppose you don't even need that third base like you might need on a Tyrannus stand to make it work.
Damn, 3 hurt peasants saved here. JohnnyCage so quick. Of course, one of the youngest players in this tournament, only beaten by Dice. Oh, nice steal here though. That's the Warden without mana. Could, you know, steal a little bit thanks to the wand, but alright. Not much progress towards level 6, gotta be honest.
Yeah, that was a very nice defense from JohnnyCage there. He didn't start mining for quite a while, but I mean, the Warden's out of mana. He knows that the Warden has to go back home. And maybe what he could even do is get a priest nearby at the expansion. Not only can this heal up the peasants that are hurt, but it can also dispel the anti-magic potion that LawLiet will probably get right now. So that's maybe something JohnnyCage should think about doing added with that Zeppelin that he's been microing so well.
Damn, this is so smart. That's why we got you on the broadcast, Carson. Not only for the mustache, nice Warden play. Got the rune braces here before. And that's almost a night falling, but he saved it in time. Yes, he did.
The first tank, by the way, did just kind of go down to the army, and the second one is now here with, worth noting, +2 attack already, and this is gonna force some repair, but the Ancient War is gonna do its best to clean that up eventually. Are there more coming out? No, just a straight mortar team transition. That's gonna be, of course, excellent against the Dryads, which there is a surplus of because the tier 3 tech was so delayed.
Because of that expansion and because of that Hunter's Hall opening, Panda made it to level 3. For Bears, this Vamp Aura is of course amazing. But yeah,
Wait, he got the gold mine? He killed the gold mine with a single tank.
How?
+2 attack, I guess. I didn't see LawLiet repair it. I looked away. I wonder if he just missed repairing it entirely.
Interesting stuff. I thought this would take LawLiet off the map for a bit, but really doesn't because his multitasking works out well. Trying to go for these mortar teams, and that is of course the main source of damage. Archmage in a little bit of trouble, but we have the Holy Light, okay, on the pally. Whoa! Whoa! JohnnyCage, no GG. His Archmage melted in seconds. And LawLiet 2-0s the hottest European prospect to JohnnyCage, just like that.
My god, yeah. Who needs Shadow Strike when you have nukes like that, apparently?
Ah, damn, that's a shame. He was in a good position if he had bought a bit more time and then gotten a bigger army. This could have been Johnny's game, perhaps. He was so far ahead economically, dealing with the Warden very, very well. But it's always the problem on AZ. When you fast expand and you lose map control, and the opponent, even if they have less gold, have higher levels than you lose map control on that small map. It's so hard to get any creeping done. He got the Merc, he tried to go for the shop, couldn't really go to the red camps, and LawLiet finds his window to eliminate our boy.
LawLiet playing good today. Quick success on map 1 by just defending, and the Warden on Amazonia. Rare sight these days. But yeah, felt like JohnnyCage was a little tilted today.
Yeah, a little bit. Those did seem like that. Obviously, game 2 wasn't a preemptive leave at all, but game 1 maybe could have gone a little bit longer. Very few mistakes though throughout the series for LawLiet. Of course, game 1 not really any to note, and game 2 really only maybe not repairing that gold mine. I don't think he could do much to save the tree the couple of times that it got canceled. And he always kept his warden alive, even when he had no mana. He didn't entirely overextend it. He got the peasants when he could. Yeah, it's a pretty solid series for LawLiet overall.
All right, then. He is moving on into the next round, where he will face Hawk next. So same matchup, same conditions for both players. Hawk and JohnnyCage both from Russia. But man, I really hope this second game will last a little longer than the first one.
I think Hawk's been more or less motivated recently. He's even been streaming, I think, a little bit Warcraft. No more New World streams. He's been playing a little bit more. So I think he's motivated and ready to get the upset. And I think we can safely call it an upset here if Hawk wins.
He had a stream title recently. It was so funny. It was like the word preparation or prepare was mentioned 7 times in his stream title. It's like
right.
Preparing the preparation for getting real prepared for the preparation of DreamHack or something like that. Hawk seemed to be in a good mood. LawLiet seems to be in a good mood today as well. And the admins are on the task to figure out on what servers we will play and on what maps we will play. So we have a lot of time now. We're actually right on schedule again after having a couple of hiccups with the colorful games earlier. That is our lineup. With that, Hawk versus LawLiet coming up. Fortitude has defeated Colorful already, so Colorful has been eliminated. Tomorrow, same schedule as today, with Neutron versus Todd in the round of 16 and Spiral versus Sock. The winners take on Hitman and Dice respectively, as we have Fortitude already in the round of 8, as well as the winner of Hawk and LawLiet.
Hawk champ.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just at the beginning over here. We're going to finalize our bracket. We're going to have many more days to celebrate Warcraft in all of its beautiful facets. Also later on tonight, the FFA. How long is that game going to go? How wild is it going to get?
Oh man, this could go on forever and ever and ever and ever.
90 minutes.
That's a long time.
90 minutes, that's what I'm calling.
I talked to the FFA caster earlier. And he said, "Oh, I hope you're prepared, man. This could go from like 45 minutes up to 4 hours."
Yeah.
What?
I'm like, okay, it's okay. But he said, "Oh, don't worry, man. Hawk is rather, he's like a rabbit Wolverine in the FFA. So, yeah, double duty for Hawk now." And we can plug W3Champions a little more. We didn't do this enough, I feel. We went through a couple of stuff already, but what you need to know is that you can help them, of course. If you are a little knowledgeable when it comes to coding, for example, you can help them out. If you want to help moderate the server, you can help them out. First of all, come and say hello. There's an active Discord where they discuss pretty much everything revolving this server. How to improve it, what are some issues, yada yada. Just join and give a couple of suggestions or contact them if you want to help them out. They need volunteers for moderation of the Discord server and the server in general. Also reviewing reports. If there's foul language reported by a player, you could fix that issue by banning, for example, or, muting. Or you help them develop this server even more. We need people who can do JavaScript and .NET. We need people who can do jQuery and help improve the UI to make it even more comfortable. I mentioned, I think 2 days ago on their Discord, that hosting a game on W3Champions is already so easy by just clicking 4 times. In the original Battle.net, it takes like 25 clicks. That makes me mad. But W3Champions does everything better. There's still room for improvement. Maybe you find some. And if you want to help the servers and are knowledgeable with Rust, let us know. We need that as well to keep on improving the Flow server structure. What do you think, guys? A little bit of a break and then Hawk vs. LawLiet?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
Okay. You can still hit that last stretch goal we got for $5,000 to the prize pool. We unleash the new Back to Warcraft in-game UI to the world. We've been working for five to 6 months on that, and we really want to show it to the world, and it's all up to you to break that barrier. 2,500 people watching. If every one of you just donates 25 cents, we got it. So you got 4 minutes of time for that. Be right back.